see wonderful pictures of downtown Baden. A rainy weekend here for a change in Baden. We're coming to you with CCT World Curling Tour live coverage of the Baden Masters. We're into the third draw of the day. We have Yannick Schwaller of Switzerland playing against Kauste, Finland. And here we see the lineup. Marcel Kiffler, Michael Brunner, Romano Meyer, Yannick Schwaller. On the Swiss side, Yannick Pico, Paolo Jemis, Kasper Akunti, and Kauste for the Finnish side. And this is their second game. They already played this morning. And we're into day one of this 3-day competition. 20 teams playing some really good top teams here at this competition. Olsrud, Edin, De Cruz amongst the favorites. And then here we will see Kauste and Schwaller. Both these teams very good upper middle field in this event. And both very capable of reaching the quarterfinals. And here we see Yannick Schwaller. Yannick Schwaller and his team not quite in this combination. World Junior champions a few years ago. And of course, Kauste, well-known Finnish team, lots of international experience. Should be a good game. Ice conditions are looking really good. Lots of curl.
We have to flip a coin.
My name is Armin Harder, and I will be covering most of the games throughout the weekend. Hopefully we'll have some good co-commentators in throughout the week, and get some coaches or players in here to tell us how their season's looking. Baden, for many of these teams, the first tournament of the season. Busy schedule this week and on the World Tour. Total of 7 events going on around worldwide. Challenger event in Tallinn, Estonia. With Oakville going on with the men's and women's events there. Junior event going on. Mixed doubles in Winnipeg. Lots of curling. Season starting. This is an important year for many teams. Of course, an Olympic season. Some of these teams still fighting for spots, but not this team. Swiss team here will be trying to win the Swiss championships and trying to qualify for the Worlds in Las Vegas this year. The Swiss already nominated their Olympic team, Peter De Cruz, who's also here. And we're underway with the first rock. Swiss leading off. Marcel Kiffler. And this is their home club, so they should be well versed with the conditions here. This team plays out of Baden Regio, the local club.
Pientä. Jop. Alas ihan helvetistä.
Quiet takeout.
Lopus 11 puolikas, että...
Joo, siis oli kyllä kova ponnistus.
Noilla oli 13-2.
Called it right away. Sounded might be a little tight. Sweeping it hard to keep it straight. And it has over curled, just caught a piece of it. And not enough to get it. Yes, it does roll out at the end, a little spin at the end. It had the right rotation on it. But spun out.
Voima vaan. Pitäkää hengissä, näyttää hiljaiset. Niin kauan kun liikkuu.
Pico.
Niin kauan kun liikkuu suunnan takia.
That's right, let's Pico with his second rock. Put up a guard. That's quite a long guard. I think you would have rather had that a little closer. Schwaller going straight to it and remove it. Michael Brunner. Straight clearing.
Jos lipsahtaa pesään, niin ei haittaa. Voima vaan, pitäkää hengissä.
Paulie James.
Pidä hengissä, näyttää hiljaiselta.
Throw up a guard on the other side.
Kova, näyttää hiljaisemmalta. Saa olla lähempänä. Hyvä liikkeessä vaan näyttää hiljaiselta.
So best finish for Kauste team in the World Championship competition was a 4th place in 2015 in Halifax. Great run that event. And Michi Gorner here.
Yeah. Yep.
Clearing again. So a fairly straightforward start here. Nothing.
Myös vähän lisää. Joo, mut pitäis päästä kuitenkin vähän lähemmäs.
Both these teams should be fairly equally matched. Maybe a little bit of home advantage and a bit of practice advantage for the team Schwaller. This rink has been open since June. They've been able to train here. Not too sure how much training the Finns have had over the summer. Homegrown.
Yep. Easy.
2 members of this team actually grew up in this club. That would be Marcel Kiffler and Romano Meyer. Schwaller being from Solothurn area, more central. And Michael Brunner from the eastern part of Switzerland. So for those of you that may be questioning why Curling Champions Tour, you'll see Curling Champions Tour logo on the ice, and you'll see it a little bit on the screen. Curling Champions Tour and World Curling Tour merged this spring. All these tournaments will be rebranded over time. They will all be World Curling Tour events. Curling and World Curling Tour will be run from Switzerland. Offices also in London, Ontario, and head office in Zurich. Almost 250 events in total with combined tours. World Wheelchair Curling Tour, the Mixed Doubles Curling Tour, World Junior Curling Tour, and then the Elite Series, which is in 3 classes: the Challenger Series, the Masters Series, which Baden is one of them, and being developed now the Champions Series, which will be the top ultimate penultimate series. Another long guard there from the Finns, and the Swiss have decided they're going to play behind it with the Yannick Schwaller's first rock. Maybe try a steal, or at least a force.
Gut, oder? Können wir schon machen. Ah ja.
Trying to force the Finns into one here.
Gut.
But with playing his rock. Michael Brunner holding the broom in the house, playing 3rd position, 2nd rocks. Michael Brunner himself having numerous years of skip experience, so I assume that's why they've gone with this rotation.
Yep! 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 Hard!
Good looking shot there. With this curl here, though, it could be removed, but they do have to worry about the rock at the back of the rings. You don't want to jam on that. You can't see any of that, I don't think. You can see here where Kauste is putting the broom. You can see how much you can see that from the other end. But there is that rock is a long way. I think you can almost come around that. Almost probably knows it with the curl. It's a very long guard. It looks like he's just trying to pick it. Not a lot of ice.
Ja, is aan weg. Ja, een joypause nodig. Ja, vieläkin. Se on nimi Douglas.
Semmoinen, että Janne pitelee ja sit kun on vaihtanut.
Okay, took a little more ice now.
Jo, minä ei ole so gut gestartet gehalten, von dem her kann sich wirklich überlegen.
Sieltä. Hei, Jet, drop! Jop! Kova! Kova! Ei! Ei! Irti! Pauli! Ei.
Well, he did get to it.
Roll loser.
But just moved it to the back.
Yep.
So open hit and stay here for Schwaller. That will force the Finns into one.
Licht rausrollen fände ich okay, oder? Weil er noch kein Draw gespielt hat. So. Nein, noch nicht. Es wird keine Rolle.
Main thing here, they're talking about hitting and rolling. The main thing here, I think, is to hit.
Wichtig ist, dass drin bleiben.
Yeah. And he just said that. He wants to make sure he keeps his shooter in the house. It's the only way to force. Yannick Schwaller, last rock here in the first end. Trying to remove that finish counter. Back of the forefoot. Oh, and he didn't want to do that. This will allow the Finns to blank the end.
Voi olla vähän
So a lot of work for nothing at the end. Set up nicely just to miss it with his last shot.
Joo, mun mielestä mua kahdella harjalla, kun se on niin tuore kohta. Eli en mä tiedä, kuinka kovaa niittiä pystyy tonne heittämään. Ja mä Kasperillekin sanoin, että voi olla.
Kauste here, just trying to pick this out. Roll away. Blank the end.
Jop! Jop! Ei! Joo!
Does the job.
Ja.
So after one end of play, no score yet here at the Baden Masters.
Varmaan tosi liikkeet tonne päähänkin vielä, pitää varmaan vähän katsella sitä, että miten se alkaa toimimaan. Niin.
Back start and number 2 here. Marcel Kiffler starting out first rock.
Wat zien er? 2-3, hè? 2-3, jongens. Hier de basis. Run cello.
Nice center guard from Marcel. And a Pico. These guys have been together for many years. Very experienced team. Haven't quite broken through into the top. Playing against a very young Swiss team here.
Oké, cello. Ja. Stop. Hei. Kieltä. Hei. Hei, hei.
Tasan nouse, ei mitään. Okei, joo.
Hei.
Joo. Se oli mun voima. Onneksi siitä se lähtee.
Michael Brunner playing take out on the red rock. Attempt to roll in behind the center guard if he can. Get on the inside a little bit. Hits it on the nose. Just stays as a biter on the outside rings.
Ei. Vähän aikaa irti. Ei. Ei ollaan ulkoposkessa. Alright.
Ziellinie! Ziellinie! Hard! Hard! Oh! Jo, nee, het niet meer zo. I'm gak up, sorry. Okay. Klein gewesen, Michi.
Kellotti 13.1 tohon. Tilaa paljon. Tilaa tosi paljon. Ei. Ei. Kasper kaukana. Ei, Janne, ei. Ja 13 kaasi tohon. Sai 13 kaasi tohon.
Meyer trying to make a play on that nicely covered rock. Finn's hat behind the guard.
Oh, freeze. Niet goed. Oh, zit snel aus. Achtung. Yep. Oh.
Starting to come down now. Starting to make its move.
Whoa.
Trying to get to the face of it. Well played, Rock.
Tilaa paljon. Suunta hyvä. Janne vaan. Ei vielä. Joo, kova. Paina. Kova.
A little offense going on in this end. Well placed center guard with some rocks in play. Kauste has the hammer. Kauste playing red rocks.
Wenn Freeze bist, ist super. Wenn du oben bist, ist es blöd natürlich. Was auch kannst, ist hier nochmal. Würde ich nicht. Ich würde da Freeze.
Indicating they would like to get to the face of that red one that's sitting on the button.
Niet goed. Eerwies. Michi, Achtung, Görlet! Freeze, hè? Cello! Ja, ja, freeze, ga net! Zie je! Hard! Hard! Zie je!
Perfectly played. Kauste will be starting to look at that center guard maybe. Try a run back on it. Swiss in a pretty good spot here with their rocks. Well positioned.
Meinaat sä, et se vie sen vielä? No, se vie. Aika helposti vie. Jotain on kuitenkin tehtävää. Vai? No mä melkein tykkään siitä, niin vaikka me liikutettais sitä niin...
Niitti vai?
Niitti tai normaali, kun mä haluat heistää.
Jos ei ole väliä, niin ehkä normaali.
Normaali, käy.
Yeah, on the other sheets we've got De Cruz against Red Torna, Swiss against Italians there, sheet 1, Bolsrud against Van Dorp, Norway against the Netherlands.
Mun mielestä se on vähemmän
And
paha,
on
jos
sheet
se
4 we
missaa tän
have
kokonaan, kun se
Edin
jätetään liian paksuna.
Okei.
against Arkhipov, so Sweden against Russia. Great games going on the other sheets. We'll keep you up to date on the scores there as we go along. So a straight run back here in the Finns.
Ei, irti! Mukana! Ei! Ei! Pauli vie heittokivi. Anna jäädä. Joo, hyvä. Hyvä tästä. Aloit!
Just opens it up. So there's a couple of possibilities here. Maybe freeze another one or put another guard up.
Nog lief. Schuld te veel. Nog lief. Wat is de second Karte?
Gut, ja.
Gaat hem nog stiekende proberen of zo.
Throw up another guard.
Ja. Even. Front koud. En weinige Michi.
Wat zo.
Dat is 2. Ah nee, zo. Het is gleich minder.
Ja, wirklich. Schon wieder ein bisschen feiner wie letztes Jahr.
Yannick Schwaller here, first rock in the second end, trying to protect his rocks, although he's not shot, but he likes the position on his rocks.
Wel there, Phil. Ali niet goed. Romano.
Certainly Finns might be able to score more than one.
Zie je hard. Niet daar, Jan.
At the moment. I wanted to have that over just a little bit. They can get onto the inside of that red. That's in the top of the 8 foot. Might be able to pop those 2 yellow ones out.
Niin, että siis tavallaan jos noin sais jätettyä suunnattua sinne, niin ja tän sais pomputettua niin, että tää pysyy ykkösenä kuitenkin.
Get on the inside of that red and drive that yellow.
Jotain niillä on pakko tehdä, koska ne tulee tuolta meidän.
As we see now, the yellow onto the yellow.
Oualla. Jos me suojataan vaan. Niillä ei ole mitään riskiä siinä heitossa käytännössä. Ja meinasin ihan niinku siis semmoista niinku pikkutökkiä. Niinku tuommoista takavalkoista. Mulla on lähinnä pelkona se, että hipsutaanko me tonne omaan, koska mä haluaisin pysyä toi meidän ykkösenä.
It's all about angles here.
Jos me yritetään liikuttaa tää ohi, niin sit se voi olla jo melkein 5.
Okei.
Eks niin?
Joo.
Vai?
Joo, voi olla. Ei se
5 ja niinku lähestulkoon
He hits it on the nose. He's just driving the yellow one out. He might take his own out the back too. I'd like to get on the left side of that top red one so that he drives it back onto the yellow, catching the right hand side of the yellow and maybe popping both yellows out that way. He needs to navigate past that guard up front and certainly doesn't want to wreck on that guard. Not an easy shot.
Sit jobb!
Japp! Schwaller!
Voima vaan! Ei! Joo! Ei!
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 Irti!
Irti! Ei!
Very quiet tap. Not a bad shot, I think. And, it's going to be difficult to make 2 out of this. That yellow one's locked in there pretty good. Yeah, really need to worry about that one.
Ze heissen. Hè? Daar Garten. Dat zou niet meer nog blij tot erin spelen.
Could play an out-turn hit on that red and remove both red ones. Maybe lay 2 or 3 even. How much that guard is in the way in front. Yeah, we'll be able to get to the nose of that red one. Guard is covering it. Need to get a second one in there, or
Maar dat zou het 6 spelen, dan kunnen we hem opvullen. En dan gaat er nog een af. Je moet dat zo doen. Draw. Aha. Ja. Ja, zo weer hier ook. We sprongen met de oranje 4. Ja.
looks like they're just going to try and guard that raised takeout. That's one on the right. The red, that's on the top right hand corner. Take that angle raise away. So an out turn guard.
Okay.
Concede the one.
Gleiche Länge.
Ja, stimmt auch.
Ist da mit, wie viel hockt dafür?
Hast du nicht schwer nochmal? Ja.
Romano! Romano!
Zwei!
Romano, ja!
To sweep, it needs to curl some more. Did he get enough? That doesn't look like it's enough. That angle raise is still there. If he can drive that right onto that yellow, pick it out cleanly. Certainly an opportunity to make 2. Three could be a little bit difficult. Tricky shot though. Right now the Finns are laying shot and the 2 Swiss rocks are second and third. Just need to remove both of those yellow ones to make 3. Certainly possible. It's a tricky one. Just needs to get about a third of that red one on the left-hand side. Kauste, last rock here in the second end. Trying an interesting shot to make some points. If he hits it all wrong, he could be giving up 1 or 2. Certainly not throwing any big weight on it. So he's just opted to bump it. Oh, nicely done. Little tap, no reason, no risk. Makes a nice 2 here in the second end. And everybody looking for the raised takeout. Good touch here by Kauste in the second end. Score of 2. And that makes it a 2-0 game after 2 ends of play here at the Baden Masters.
Mutta se on niin sitä mä meinasin siis, että ei niinku liukuessa niin kengät ei luissa kauheasti. Et sen mukaan niin pitää vaan silmiä sopeuttaa siihen, pomput pitää olla niinku sukluja. Joo. Etupesä ja kyllä. Tuota hyvä. Voi vaihtaa. Kova. Hyvä.
We're back with third end action. CCT World Curling Tour coverage of the Baden Masters. Start of a very important season for many teams. The Olympics coming up in February. Some teams trying to qualify, still qualifying out of their own country. Others will be looking to qualify their country for the Olympics at the Olympic qualifiers in Pilsen, Czech Republic in October, I believe. So a nice touch there from Kauste in the second end. That guard from Schwaller didn't come over quite enough to cover that rock. And he allowed Aku to have a play at it. So, Peter de Cruz is 2016 champion, so he's here trying to defend his title. 2015, Nicholas Baden won it. He's here. In 2014, Thomas Olsrud won it. So the last 3 winners of this event are all playing here. And those are probably your top 3 teams at the event. Some young teams here will try and upset that. 20 teams, 8 qualifiers, 33,000 Swiss francs in total. On the line. That's about 43 Canadian. And the winner will get around 14,000 Canadian, 11,000 Swiss. So a nice little cash for the beginning of the season. Help finance some of your travel costs. Most of these teams all still working for a living. A couple of guards up front. Schwaller having the hammer. Kauste would like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Try and remove that guard and get the back one. Keep the play back in the middle again. Not having the hammer. Polly James. Flared that a little bit. He gets both of them. Brunner throwing second rocks. Playing third. Revising. Try and draw in behind those 2 Finnish guards. Straight raise back attempt. That's 1. Needed to curl up a bit more. Rolled open. Open hit and roll for Brunner. We'll be covering 8 games in total this weekend. We've got at 18:30 this early this evening. We've got Retorna against Ulsrud, and then tonight at 9 o'clock, all Central European time, Attinger against Lindström from Sweden. 3 games tomorrow, as we see a nice takeout. Didn't quite get the roll, so that rock is still open. Saturday's coverage, 10:30. We'll start off with Smilga from Latvia against Vez from Spain. We get to see some new teams. Not necessarily the traditional teams that have been on the top of the curling world, but certainly those that have been trying to move their way up the rankings. So it'd be nice to see some of those teams covered. And then at 13:45, we've got Van Dorp against De Cruz, Swiss Olympic team, against the top Danish team, or Dutch team, sorry. And then in the evening at 8 o'clock, we'll have quarterfinal coverage, and then Sunday at 9 o'clock and at 1:30, semifinal and final coverage. Beginning of a long season with lots of coverage. This weekend also, the mixed doubles event in Winnipeg will be covered. Check out the stream at YouTube, Curling Champions Tour. And you can see the games schedule. And there's a miss. Meyer got that one going. And lots of curl here, so get that rock going. It'll take off on you. Opportunity for Kauste to put a little pressure on this Swiss team.
Toi on tuolla viivaa aika selvästi. Varmaan vähän pienempi. Joo, se on niinku periaatteessa, jos on tasan ton rinnalla, niin se olisi aika hyvä.
Kokonaan valkoinen!
No sit jos, niin mieluummin silleen niin, että se olisi niinku tasan rinnalla tai puoli kiveä lyhyempänä mun mielestä. Vähän riippuen linjasta. No. Laitoin paljon. Tilaa on paljon. Okei. Pidä liikkeessä vaan. Kannattaa ehkä jättää, ettei mene limittäin.
Quite a bit short, that rock. Let Schwaller off the hook here. I'd like a little roll in behind that guard. Sweeping it for line. Nice roll. Rolled just a little bit too far. I think they're looking at going through that port. Risky call though. He could just try and draw it down and try and out-count that one and put the pressure back on Schwaller again. Try and steal. All those guards out front are Finnish guards, so no play there for looks like he's going to go through the port. Try and navigate cleanly between those two red rocks. Maybe try and get enough of that yellow rock so he can keep it. Oh. I'm not quite sure. Of course, when you go down to the hack and you sit down on the hack, it looks a lot different than it does from the house end. Having second thoughts. He certainly got lots of room to just draw to the top of the 4-foot, out-count that yellow one. Put the make Schwaller throw his last rock.
Siis keskimmäisellä. Niin. Sanoo se vähän yli poski. Aavistus sisäposki.
Now he's going to try Ray's takeout. I think he's a little hesitant on that draw, considering his first one come up quite a bit short. So maybe not that comfortable with draw weight. That's why he's not going for that one. Trying to Ray's takeout now on the red.
Irti! Ei! Älä koske! Lähellä! Ei!
Waiting for it to curl. Does it get enough? No, just misses it. Needed the curl just a hair more. And this will give Schwaller a fairly easy draw. Anywhere in the house to tie up this game.
Goed onderweg, zeer goed. Geen voor of hier, geen of hier.
Wow!
That weight looks good.
Heel goed.
Just sweeping to get in, and
Bijna.
nicely done. Score of 2 for Team Schwaller here in the third. And that'll tie up the game at 2 apiece. Fairly straightforward. Sweeper's just giving it a bit of help here. Make sure it gets in the forefoot. That'll give the skip confidence. Smiles all around. So all tied up at 2 after 3 ends of play here at the Baden Masters. And Marcel Kurfler gets the 4th end underway with his first rock. And just quick review of what's going on the other sheet. Stick Cruise 2-1 after 3 ends of play over Retuna of Italy. Oldsrud leading 2-1 after 2 ends of play over Van Dorp. And Edin Arkhipov. Third end just finishing there, and I'm not quite sure what the score was. They were tied 1-1. And here it comes. 18 scores 2 in the third, and that puts him up 3-1 over Arkhipov after 3 ends of play. So lots of events going on this weekend. CCT World Curling Tour, Baden Masters here, the Tallinn Challenger in Estonia. And then we have the Stu Cells in Oakville, the Tankard men and women. Canada Inns mixed doubles and from Winnipeg coming up later on. There will be games streamed from there, so check our YouTube channel, Curling Champions Tour, to see what games are scheduled there. I think they'll be posted later on this afternoon. And then Carlton Heights Labor Day under 21 Spiel in Ottawa, men's and women's, as we're really starting to get into the curling season. Already a number of events behind us, but now we're starting to get into the meat of it. So that's a little bit long, but it does manage to stick around.
On the freeze. Vind je de wrong wood? Even genossen, hè?
So free guard zone rule not in effect anymore. Michael Burnett can take a run at his own center guard, just trying to drive it straight back. Just exchanged the red for the yellow. Got on it right away.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That may be just a clearing. So the Finns having the hammer are lane 2. No guards in play. Sitting 3 now. Double opportunity on the back one. They double out those 2 red ones and roll closer to the one in the center. That would be the ideal shot for Michi Brunner.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tip. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, Pearl.
Gets it the other way. Open hit and stay for Paula Jameson. James. So we're going to cover the Baden Masters this weekend. We've got Stockholm at the end of the month that will be showing games streaming. PAF Masters in Finland in the middle of October. We'll be having games. Curling Masters in Champri in October, also covered. The Perth Masters in Stockholm. Bernese Ladies Cup in Bern, Switzerland. Lots of coverage coming up over the next few months. And a number of other events probably in between that will have some sort of streaming coverage.
Whoa! Yep! Oh! Yep! Yep! Hard!
Double the other way. Hometown crowd pleased about that. Romana Meyer. This is his club. Family members all here watching as he makes that nice double.
Yep. Good, good.
Oh, blank house, nothing there. Schwaller now just gonna throw it. Put a rock in the middle. Fairly open end. Bit of a mistake from the Finns when they hit and rolled earlier over to allow that double from Romana Meyer. And that kind of opened it up. Rock positioning being all important in the game of curling. So, as you've noticed, CCT and World Curling Tour have merged over the summer. And at some point, we'll be launching a new website in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Hopefully. All those events organized and well placed. I've seen some previews of the website. Looking very fine. Jerry Gert's doing a great job at that.
Hey! Up! Hey! 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 Hey!
Just bites at the outside. All the events will be rebranded at some point. Certainly by the end of this, or by the start of next season, all events will be World Curling Tour events. CCT will only be on the company side. And he managed to hit it on the nose and stay there. We do have, I guess, would be Canadian-sized rinks in this curling club. They're not international size. That means trying to peel this out from the outside could be difficult. That rock touches the dividing line between the sheets. It's actually dead. So if it touches the dividing line on the right-hand side between the sheets before it touches the rock, the clearing won't work. So I have to clear it from the inside. Come across the top of it. We'll see how he does this. Kauste, last rock here in the fourth, trying to blank the end.
Stop! Yep!
See how close it came to the dividing line, but manages to hit it just off the nose and rolls out. Good shot. Well done. And the blank end. And the score remains tied after 4 ends of play. Schwaller against Kauste. Swiss finish match here at the Baden Masters.
Helt på vad ser professionell.
Sono vicino, bravo, dai. Weg. Ja, wir sind abgesenkt, wir halten mit. Vähän tiukka linja. Tiukka linja edelleen. Jaap, tiukka linja, Jaap. Suuta kovaa. Suuta kovaa. Suuta kovaa. Amputais rinnalle.
Come around just came up short. 2 center guards there. Good opportunity here for Marcel Kuffler, whose parents I see are also in the crowd. Another local boy. Baden being also famous for the 2015 World Ladies World Champion. Coming out of this club, Alina Pats. And that rock was a little bit too short. That just got too much to the inside, and it looks like it's going to roll all the way out. So nobody getting anything going here in the 5th end. Another draw opportunity for Team Schwaller. Michi Brunner. Two-time gold medalist in the Olympic Youth Games. And this is looking a lot better. Finish and sit.
Okay. Okay.
Mun mielestä sen pitäisi tulla tuon oman kautta, että saa levitettyä. Anna vielä heittokyvä.
Well, Jamie's straight run back, try and clear them out.
Ei, irti. Jop.
Pretty far away from it. It's the straight back raise and rolls out from behind the guards. And behind the tee line. Schwaller opting to keep up the pressure and draw behind the center guards again. Coming up short. Bad mistake here. Needed to be in the house.
Haluaisin jotenkin levitellä näitä, nää on nyt aika ikävästi. Telit, jos sä yrität nousee tökkiä tohon noin.
Certainly a way for Kauste to spill a couple of those red rocks into the house. I'd like to get a couple of rocks in play. He's got the hammer.
Niin on. Joo.
Eikö se voi olla melkein hakki, jos siinä on niinku...
Jos se on puhtaana, niin ei se saisi olla takapesä.
Ei, mutta jos sen kautta pelaa sitä.
Might be able to leave them to later. Just remove that yellow rock.
Eikö me pelata oletuksena niinku sisäposkeen ja pompulla?
No kun mä mietin, että tuleeko se tää sit niinku just tyhmään paikkaa tänne eteen sit taas.
Maybe just a little too early to play that. Could use it later.
Sen pelaa niinku puhtaana vaan tänne.
Sitten aidelee tää ryysistä niin. Silleen.
No sit jos sen pelaa niin sit se pitää olla hakki ainakin.
En tiedä kumpi sitä parempi. Ei, siis voi olla, että on huono, että se niinku menee tohon.
Mut jääkö se niinku sillä, niin jääkö tää nyt sitten tän kanssa? Okei, ne varmaan jää limittäin. Okei, hakki! Vähän yli poskee!
Well, the hack weight. Move those red ones around a bit, open up the middle. Maybe get a couple of red ones into the house, into the rings.
Ei! Irti! Stop! Ei! Irti! Stop!
That gets a straight back raise. Second shot. Open it up or raise the yellow onto the red. That needed a little more weight. Pretty good.
Das ist ein bisschen Risiko, aber können wir schon eingehen von mir aus. Finde ich gut.
Schwaller looking at, he's sitting shot, if he can get another one in there.
Yep.
And behind the cover into the 4-foot. Big shot here for Romano Meyer. Needs to be pretty well in the ballpark. doesn't make this shot, he could be getting his team into trouble, so needs to be there.
Platz! Platz, richtig gut! Oh. Mencello! Warte. Achtung! Yep! Oh, Zieleinlang.
Draw weight was good. Needed to curl a little bit more there.
Gut die Länge.
Didn't want to come up for him.
Wenn du überhaupt abgestellt hast. Entweder hast du die ganze Zeit abgestellt, aus dem Weg. Ich habe so hochgemacht auf dem WC.
Hakki! Mitään ja hakki, eli 11,5. Ei ainakaan hiljaisempi voi olla.
Semmoinen tarpeeksi rauhalle, että jos sinne ei voi pitää harjaa, niin se oli liian hiljainen. Et emme voi sitä heittää niinku liian kovana. Ja siis se pitää olla semmoinen, että se on harjalla hakki. Jos se ei pysty harjaa, niin sit se on määrästä. Kuinka paljon tuo Pauli tuli äsken alas?
Joo!
This looks like it needs help. That one had a lot of curl. So not quite sure how those players played those. Maybe he was a little tight or Romano was a little wide with his shot. But certainly a second opportunity here for Meyer. Swiss playing with two shots there. Get it around that into the top of the fort.
Wordt het gleich, wir haben ja schon ein bisschen viel gehört, wir haben am Anfang auch noch ein bisschen mehr. Ja.
Service nog! Oh!
Doe.
Wacht!
Wart. 4!
Jap! Iggy! Hard! Zie je het?
Make the move now.
Iggy, hard! Zolang je loopt, zie je hard!
Needs the legs.
Iter!
Just barely third shot. So the Swiss sitting 3. Their shot rock is exposed though.
Ah ja, ganz gelb zie je. Hooggrote kop.
Mikä voima?
Ei ole varmaan muuta oikein tehtävissä.
Millä voima?
Onko se puolella?
Käy.
Se on varmaan helpoin heittää.
Needs the inside roll to outcount the rest of those yellow rocks. Problem with the roll, he's behind the tee line. And Schwaller can draw down on top of it, so not an ideal position for the Finns. Maybe roll over far enough so that there's no backing for that draw. Casper Bakuti. Got on it right away. Was he tight again? He was tight with his first one. Doesn't get the roll. Same opportunity here for Schwaller. Yannick Schwaller. Name sounds familiar. Christoph Schwaller, his father, played for Switzerland a number of years at big competitions, including the Olympics. And his uncle Andreas Schwaller, sports director for Swiss curling, national coach for the last few years. A lot of curling pedigree here in the a lot of the Swiss players are offspring of competitive curlers in the past. Would like to get that little roll. And hits it on the nose. And now that rock has moved up quite a bit in front of the tee line, and a roll now would be in a much better position for the Finns. They certainly need this roll to turn this end around.
Se on varmaan tää ihan pieni rolli paras niinku tähän vaan. Silloin toi on vaikea. Ihan kiven mitta. Joo.
Nicholas Edin steals 3 in the fourth to take a 6-1 lead over Arkhipov in that game after 4 ends. Boldsrud scores of 3 in the fourth against Van Dorp. And takes a 5-2 lead after 4 ends of play. Said both these teams had, well, that's not true. Schwaller had a game this morning against, won 6-3 against Edin. Kauste had the bye this morning, so Schwaller already with 1 win, and that against Edin, so that's a big win for them this morning.
Näyttäisi, että se niiden on parempi.
So it's a lot of discussion there. This is a pretty straightforward shot. Remove that yellow one, roll in behind that group of guards. Try and get out of trouble here. And if he gets a perfect roll here, might even be able to score 2. Sweeper's not touching us. It's a little bit straighter line down there, and players not seeming to get a hold of it. Again, Schwaller able to get off the hook here. Needs a big shot though.
Nein, so halbe Streitbreite. Ja, und wenn noch, ist es eigentlich schlimm. Bin ich lange nicht noch, für ihn nachher.
Halbe so versteckt. Ja.
Dann wir noch wechseln.
Ja, er kann hier nicht mehr so ein Ding machen, dann steigt er können. Oder, dann muss er den hier spielen und das ist eine andere Spur. Der ist die top. So. Ja, so wie vorhin. Ja.
Ich dann einfach mal links, mal schauen, was sie eigentlich für den Wald.
Der ist super.
Perfekt, ja.
Der muss Stay auf der anderen Seite spielen.
Sicher. Sticker. Wie schaust du das?
40. Wat is er nu nog?
Nu 8, ja, 10 en 8 zetten.
Dus de 10 hoop, deze is rustig.
Ja, ja, tip top.
So really needing to hit and roll here. A little less weight maybe. Oh, hits it on the outside. Interesting. Seems to be a little bit of a straight spot there, but the players are not adjusting to it. Yeah, throw it a little less weight if you want a bigger roll. Although the roll here to the outside is not that bad. This will certainly force. Well, the question is that red one on the top, is that? I don't think so. I think that yellow one is. Those yellow ones are better, so I think this is just a straight hit for one. So neither team here was able to take advantage of the mistakes, and Kauste needing to hit and stay here for 1 point. More curl on this side, doesn't want to roll out. Oh, another big mistake. There's a possible steal of 2 here. Certainly looks that way. We'll see it shortly when it's put up on the scoreboard. Schwaller with a big smile on his face. So there's a little more curl on this on the outturn side. And, seemed to have surprised Kauste, though we've seen it all game. Big error. Neither team really wanting to take advantage, but an error here, and that I think that was 2. I haven't seen the score put up yet. Certainly looked like 2 from where I'm sitting. And thank you, Romano. Yes, it was a score of 2 in the 4, a steal, and that gives the local team a 4-2 lead after 5 ends of play. Marcel Küffler starting off the 6th end.
Snel hè? Oh, Christreich, zo kraat.
Close game there between Retona and De Cruz. De Cruz takes 1 in the 5th. He's up 3-1 after 5 ends of play. Retona having the hammer in the 6th. Well, that game is still fairly close. Yeah, strange 5th end there in our game. Both teams having opportunities to put the other team on the back foot, but not able to take advantage of it. And not, for some reason, not reading the ice properly. Küffler ended up behind the tee line with his first rock. And now Schwaller would like to see him in front of the tee line.
Oh, look him out! Michiel! Ja, miss.
Doesn't really want to put up a guard.
No. Okay, squid that.
He gets into the front of the rings. Close to put up a corner guard with his first. And now looking at maybe
Vaihdolla nääkin päin.
Using the backing of that Swiss rock at the back of the 8-foot.
Pitäkää hengissä. Suunta hyvä, tiukka linja. Kova vaan.
Valkonen.
Kova. Niin pitkälle kun tulee.
Nice draw attempt, just comes up a little bit short. Schwaller going out after the corner guard. So 20 teams, 5 groups, or 4 groups of 5. Play a complete round robin within their group, and then I believe the top 2 teams out of each group go on to the quarterfinals. Those quarterfinals will be covering one game from there at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, Central European time, or Swiss time. Semi-finals and finals on Sunday. But in the meantime, we'll have 2 more games today, as promised. And we'll be covering at 18:30 local time. We'll be showing. One moment. We'll be showing Red Torna against Olsrud, also from the A group. And then later on this evening at 9 o'clock, we'll be showing Attinger against Lindström from the D group. Lindström, the second team in Sweden. They're still looking to try and qualify ahead of Edin. Good clearing there from Schwaller. All of the guards gone. Kauste forced to throw up another guard.
Janne vaan, tila. Tänne asti. Vikan täplän. Okei, no joo. Moro.
Sve drittu.
Schwaller having a 2-point lead here, not allowing any guards to lie out front. Doesn't want to see anything out there at all. Oh, gets a little unfortunate there. Jams on the back, but the guards are gone. Red Rock not in a really ideal position for Kauste. And they need a lot of separation here to avoid a double.
Suunta ok. Suunta hyvä. Saa jäädä vähän kauemmaksi. Taipuu yli kohta. Varovasti, varovasti, taipuu yli. Anna kuolla. Vielä linjaa hyvä. Hyvä heitto.
Voi!
Out! Who's it? Nog een broek.
En vihaa.
Se on kuitenkin aika päijässä tonne sämmää.
Joo, ei siis se on ihan olemassa siinä niin hyvin.
Sit jos me kierretään, niin sit me ei voida enää tehdä sitä.
Niin ei, joo, ei siis tykkään.
Tykkäätkö viitosesta vai?
No joo, siis se pitää olla semmonen solidi vitonen, että se riittää poistamaan niinku ton.
Trying to figure out how to bring that back counter back into play again. Need to remove this front one without driving it back onto the red. And they certainly want to keep their shooter in play. So hit and roll. Try and drive this yellow one out to the side and maybe roll the shooter over to the right of the house. Sit two that way. Equinty here with his last rock. And 2 more rocks to come after this for the Finns.
Hey!
Needs to get about half of that.
Pientä! Hey!
Or a third of it.
Ei vielä! No!
Yellow rock. Drive it out to the side and roll over to the open. Yeah, very nicely done. Well, that's a great shot. Doesn't really leave an angle for the double. The only option here is for Schwaller to hit and roll over in front of it. So a really good shot there by Kasper.
Roll, ja.
Olsrud steals another 2 in the 5th to go up 7-2 now over the Dutch Van Dorp team. Arkhipov makes 1 in the 5th against Edin. And there's that hit and roll. It's a pretty good shot. A little bit of coverage off the guard. Or actually behind the guard. Really nicely done. Now they get the roll, and that's the same side they were not getting the roll on, playing up on that sheet. Certainly got it this time. Trying to get the broom in the right place. And we see here it's fairly covered, but it is behind the tee line, so a draw in on top of that could set up Kauste for a deuce. But that was about the best that Schwaller could do with that rock either way. He's just hoping now that Kauste doesn't make a perfect draw. You can get him behind that guard in front of that yellow one. He'll be locked in there pretty good.
Vähän pienempi. Mun mielestä snaban laita riittää. Snaban laita riittää. Mä luulen, että se on hyvä. No. Periaatteessa pelataan niinku T-voimaa nojalle. Jos se linja on tiukka, niin sitten sen voi viedä tökkiin, ei se haittaa.
Doesn't look like a lot of ice, but we'll see here in a minute. In out. That would explain the ice if he plays it in out. Looking pretty good. Needs to be shot. Nicely played. Good draw weight. I think he's covered pretty well.
Backhand, the face.
Be able to tap it out from the in-turn side.
Solange wir den sicher haben, kannst du ihn so spielen, finde ich.
Ja, wenn wir so spielen und der so tappen, haben wir ihn vielleicht nicht.
Mehr wie Backline dürfen wir sicher nicht.
Nein, ich weiss.
Wenn vorne hängt, ist dann auch noch drüber.
So really get past that guard pretty tight. Might be able to get to the nose of it.
Kom wir spielen den Freeze. Throw da her. Ich meine, ich weiss. Ja, kein Weltuntergang dort. Ja.
Freezing to it. And trying pretty well concede the deuce to the Finns. Of course, they have to draw the 4-foot to make their 2. That should be easy enough for Kauste. He just had the 4-foot.
Finde ich gut.
Looks like they're just trying to freeze to that to make sure they don't give up more than 2. Schwaller. Last rock here in the 6th. Looking pretty good. Protects his back one with that. Certainly laying third shot. But Kauste doesn't even need the 4-foot. Anywhere touching the 4-foot will be good enough for 2. And that would tie up this game after 6 ends of play. Kauste looking for 4-foot weight here to tie the game. Sweeper's working it, both of them. Does it have enough? A third one getting in there now. Kasper just coming up short. That's unfortunate. Played into the forefoot with his first one, so only one for the Finns here. And that gives Schwaller a pretty comfortable or good position for sure. After 6 ends of play, he's up by one by a score of 4-3 here at the Baden Masters in Switzerland.
Tavallaan ei liian aggressiivisesti kauas, jos se on puoliväli, niin ei se haittaa sinänsä.
So smiles on the faces of Team Schwaller. They were pretty sure they were looking at a tied game, but they're now still up one after 6 ends of play, after Kauste comes up short on his 4-foot draw. And this is looking like a hog too. So another mistake here for the Finns. And we're coming to you live from the Curling Club Baden Regio here in Baden, Switzerland. CCT World Curling Tour coverage. First of the season. 8 games this weekend here from Baden. And also streaming from the Canada Inns Mixed Doubles Championship in Winnipeg. Go to the YouTube Curling Champions Tour YouTube channel and you'll be able to see what games are scheduled, shown from the Baden Masters, and I believe later on you'll see the mixed doubles from Winnipeg posted also. So lots of curling action this weekend for those of you who haven't had enough throughout the summer and are ready to get into the season. World Curling Tour, CCT World Curling Tour this weekend, and with 7 events going on. Well, 5 events, but 2 of those events with men's and women's participation. So Baden Masters, the Stu Cells in Oakville with men's and women's divisions. Canadians mixed doubles. The Tallinn season opener challenger in Estonia. I'm really pleased to welcome that new event to our calendar. Very important event in northeastern Europe. And then we have the Carlton Heights Labor Day U21 Spiel, men's and women's division going on in Ottawa. So lots of curling around the globe. All here, CCT World Curling Tour. A good shot there by Martin Kiffler after that center guard, real long center guard there from the Finnish lead after coming up short with his first. Paulie Jamies, let's see if his draw weight's a little bit better. Trying to come down on top of that yellow Swiss counter. Finns down 1, not having the hammer. They'll need to be A little more aggressive here. And another center guard. So it seems like the Finns have lost the draw weight, coming up short for some reason. And the Swiss don't seem to have a problem with it. And Yannick Schwaller not wasting any time. Get up there and rip that long center guard. And we have one finished game here. Edin Arkhipov. Edin scores one more in the 6th. And that shake hands after that. And with a final score of 7-2. And you can see all our scores, all our events on either worldcurl.com or curlingchampionstour.org. And those two websites will be at some point combined. A new website coming online in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. Jerry Gert's working hard at that. And it's looking pretty good. I've had some looks at it. Liking the way it's shaping up. Jerry's burning the midnight oil, doing lots of work there. And of course the event's going on now. Lots of scoring all week, every weekend. It's another short one there. We saw that a couple ends ago, coming up short, wrecking on the guard. So the Finns struggling a little bit with their draw weight at the moment. And Schwaller obviously in a good position here, having the hammer and up one in the 6th, 7th end. Just looking to keep it clean out front. Another finish there on sheet 2. Olsrud van Dorp. Another steal of 2 in the 6th. And Olsrud wins that game by a score of 9-2. Fairly early in the season for a lot of these teams. Some of them not getting a lot of practice in so far. Notice clubs have been opening the last couple of weeks. This Baden club here has been open since beginning of June. So a lot of Swiss teams have been training here. So they do have a bit of an advantage. Of course, Swiss women have been getting ready for their trials. 3 teams in those trials. Felcher, Pats, and Tiransoni will be playing qualifier to see who goes to the Europeans and who goes to the Olympics. For Switzerland, the Olympic team will be going to the Europeans in St. Gallen this year in November. St. Gallen in the eastern part of Switzerland and has been home of the European Masters for the last few years. And another rock that comes up short. And Finn's just plain not getting the draw weight. Good opportunity to double those two out. Maybe get in between and kind of squirt in. Get your own rock into the house somehow. If you thin both of those reds, you can get rid of both of them and maybe squeeze your rock into the house. I think the main thing is to get rid of both those guards, not leave anything out front. Romano Meyer played his entire career in this club. And just gets one of them.
Mun mielestä mä pelasin joku seinä. Tässä on varmaan vähän väliä, eiks niin?
Vähän, mutta aika vähän.
Joo. Mut jos sä pääset siihen vähänkin limittäin, niin sit taas tää on täällä näin. Mä en tiedä mikä sen etu on, koska nyt toi rolli on niin paljon pidempi, että sä oot tuolla noin suojassa.
Varmaan se, että pääsee niinku paremmin itse sinne, jos tulee vähän hiljaisemmalta.
Niin.
Joku hakke.
Joo, mut siis se hakki on aika lailla seinä tällä jäällä.
Okei, siis haluat näitä seinän kädestä ja mitä se onkaan, niin se on. Vai oikeasti
No
seinä?
siis jos sä heität 10 puolikkaan, niin
So not really sure what the discussion is here. That yellow one is obviously sitting in front of the tee line, so I think they're debating whether they should move it now. I don't know if I'd be playing a full hit at it. You could play a little tap, maybe flop behind your own guard or freeze to the top of it. I'm not sure I'd be playing a full hit at it. Don't want to lose your shooter. The Finns have been struggling a little bit with their weight, so let's see what happens here. Controlled. And just take it out. Well, leave a fairly simple raised takeout here. Double. Fairly straightforward. Ramona Meyer playing third rocks. Trying to double up the two red. Yeah, and he gets lucky. He gets everything. He even takes out the one on the back of the tee line, which is a bonus. Not sure. The Finns should have maybe just froze to that shot rock or just tapped it a little bit. I think they just made the job easier here for the Swiss by removing that shot rock. And we see here just a little bit fortunate too. A great shot. Removes everything. And I'm sure Yannick Schwaller is really happy to see that. The Finns nothing to work with now. Let's throw up a guard and hope for a mistake. Straightforward peel. Make it disappear.
Aika kovaa saa heittää tänne.
Well, Kauste will just be putting it in the house and hoping for a nose hit. try to get the hammer. So just try and put it into a place that haven't played too much before. Make the shot as difficult as possible for Schwaller. Schwaller will just try and clear this. Make sure he doesn't keep his shooter in the house. Maintain the hammer going into the last end. And the hammer with a 1-point lead is a pretty good position to be in. Schwaller, last rock. 7th end. Working it. Let's make sure he gets it and rolls out. And he does it. So with that blackhead, Schwaller will maintain the hammer in the 8th end with a 1-point lead, and the score is 4-3 after 7 ends of play here at the Baden Masters in Switzerland. This is CCT World Curling Tour coverage of the Baden Masters in Switzerland. My name is Armin Harder. We're into the last end of this 3rd draw of the day. Schwaller looking to go to 2-0 after defeating Edin this morning. Kauste, having the bye this morning, is looking for a comeback here to get his first victory or avoid his first loss. Schwaller does have a 1-point lead and the hammer, so advantage is definitely Schwaller, and the lead is certainly struggling. Kauste's team coming up just short. Hogging a rock in the last end. Now he comes into the house, so that guard attempt is a fail. That'll be a big 0 on the coach's scoring card. Just makes that job easier for Schwaller. He gets to remove that first rock. And now he comes up way short. That doesn't look like it's coming. He's all over the place with the draw weight. The sweepers get it over? No. That's got to be discouraging. But it's early in the season. Some of these teams not as trained as some of these others. So trying to find that feel again after a long summer break. Under game conditions. Usually Baden Masters, there's some unusual games because of that. These teams are, though, playing for about 14,000, 15,000 Canadian first prize, 11,000 Swiss francs. Nice way to start a season. Bit of cash in your pocket. There we go. After the 3rd guard attempt, they finally have one. Of course, this is no longer a free guard zone rule, doesn't apply, so Schwaller can now remove that rock. And Michi Brunner will be asked to do that. Stremeyer will be back at 18:30 Central European time. That's 12:30 Toronto time. And 12:30 midnight Beijing time. And we will be showing the return of Italy with the Italian national team against Thomas Olsrud of Norway. Olsrud just winning his game against Van Dorp handily 9-2. So this game is going to be fairly easy. Put up a guard, remove the guard. Put up a guard, remove the guard, and Kauste hoping that there's a mistake from the Swiss. Maybe get a rock in behind a guard somewhere. Michi Brunner, a solid game. Not too many mistakes that I saw. And certainly has been proficient at his clearing. And once again removes that rock. Kasper Makunti. Making his sweepers work, and it's looking pretty good. Romano Meyer, not his best game so far, but come up at the right time with the right shots. Certainly has in this one.
Noi piilaa keskeltä kyllä hyviä.
Se kumpi puoli parempi sit?
Kyllä mä tonne tulisin siihen sinisen rajalle johonkin niinku.
Maybe talking about putting that rock in a different position. Just to change the line. But this should be pretty routine for Schwaller team. They practice this day in, day out, as all these teams do. Different positions, different clearing. But mistakes do happen. And De Cruz draws against 2 to score 1 and win his game by a score of 5-2. And that De Cruz win was, of course, over Rettuna of Italy. And we'll see Rettuna playing against Olsrud in the next game at 18:30, and we'll be showing that to you live. So, Kauste, nothing in play here. Really just hoping for a mistake.
Pauli voisi ottaa vähän.
Michi Brunner throwing second rocks, but holding the broom in the vice position. He has a lot more skipping experience than Romano Meyer, having skipped his own team for many years. I think this is a good combination, Yannick and Romano. I think this will be a really good team in the future. Certainly one that Swiss are putting their hopes on. Swiss still have a couple of good strong teams there. Of course, De Cruz also still not just coming into their prime. They've been on the world scene. It's one of the top team from Switzerland for the last few years, along with Sven Michel, who's not playing at the moment. Pfister still here. Also still young enough. Good, solid team. Having won the Swiss Championships and going to the Worlds in 2015 in Halifax. So some good young teams. Switzerland in a good spot with their men's teams developing over the next few years. And Kauste puts it in the house and is just needs an all-out miss here from Schwaller in order to just tie the game. Schwaller doesn't need to stick around. He just needs to hit this red rock. And with that, he would also take his second victory, already having won against Edin this morning. And with a win against Kauste here, certainly will put him in a good position in his own group. And that'll please the hometown crowd. Like to see their local heroes in the quarterfinals, but still a long way to go. They still have 2 games after this. Lots can happen. And job done. So victory here for the team from Baden Regio. Team Schwaller over Team Kauste from Finland. And the final score is 4-3. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. We will be back at 18:30 with more live coverage from Baden. CCT World Curling Tour coverage continues all weekend from Baden, Switzerland. And here, my name was Armin Harder. I hope to see you back again in a few hours.